the Astros didn't play yesterday. It's another Thursday without Astros baseball. Not going to lie, I'm getting kind of annoyed with this. Is it every single Thursday for the entirety of the year that's going to be a travel day for this team? Whatever the case, they didn't play. They've got a 3-game series against the Oakland A's this weekend. We're hoping that the Texas Rangers, who are playing a very good Baltimore Orioles team, wouldn't you be surprised to learn that the Orioles have the second best record in the American League and they're only 3 games back of the AL East leading Tampa Bay Rays? We're hoping that the A's are swept by the Astros and that the Orioles sweep the Rangers, because it would put the Astros in a tie for first place. But as we wait for that game to happen, you heard me talk about Jeff Bagwell on the Astros broadcast for that series against the Brewers earlier in the week. I get that Jeff is not going to dump on any of the players that are on this team, let alone guys that he probably was involved in the signing of. But I don't like it when somebody is trying to tell me that everything's going to be fine when one player or 2 players are struggling and maybe a third guy, Michael Brantley, is injured. The 2 strugglers, Jose Abreu and Rafael Montero. Bagwell's defense for those 2 guys' early struggles have been look at the back of the baseball card. So if it's just Jeff Bagwell, fine, but there's more sunshine pushing coming from the Astros. Joe Espada is the Astros bench coach. He is a guy that has received flirtations with other baseball clubs to be their manager. Maybe he's the manager in waiting until Dusty Baker eventually retires. He had this to say about Jose Abreu's struggles on MLB Network Radio.
You know what? He actually had a pretty good series, I thought, in Milwaukee. I'm starting to see a few more walks. He's starting to chase a little bit less. He's starting to get his hits. I do believe that the track record speaks for himself, guys. I still think that this guy is going to hit. He is very positive in the clubhouse. He trusts his process, and I think it's just it's early in the season. I know, sometimes our fans really want to see him hit the home runs and do the things that we are used to seeing out of Jose Abreu, but I think it's just a matter of time, guys. He's going to click. This guy's been a really good hitter for a very long time, and I think it's a matter of days, of weeks, that we're going to see Jose just get hot and carry our ball club for a while.
All of the things that he said up to that last statement, I'm okay with, but the last statement, people in the Astros got to stop declaratively telling me that things are going to turn around for him, whether it's Jeff Bagwell, whether it's Joe Espada. It might not. And to say, I think it's a matter of days or weeks where we're going to see Jose Abreu just get hot and carry our ball club. Come on. Don't do this to us. Hell, don't do this to Jose Abreu. It's kind of unfair to make that assumption. This might be who he is. He might be just a contact hitter at this point in time, which is unfortunate given that they've paid nearly $60 million over 3 years to bring him in. But stop telling me things that are not happening are going to happen. It's disingenuous, and I'm cool if you guys don't talk about it at all. And I get it. What are you supposed to say when you're asked about Jose Abreu? You're supposed to say complimentary things, and maybe you should gas him up. But to say that he's going to carry our ball club at some point in time in the next few days or weeks, I hope you're right. I just don't believe you. So don't tell me that. Thanks. Also going on in the world of sports, of course, no Astros game yesterday. The Celtics have won 2 games in a row after being down 3-0. And everyone seems to think they are going to rally all the way back. Sure, Jan, sure. And I'm a Celtics fan. I'm wearing my Lucky Charms Hawaiian shirt today. I still have zero faith that this team is going to come back. I had zero faith that they were going to hold on to that lead that they had early against Miami. But hey, they blew them out. They blew them out in Game 4. Series goes to Miami. The Celtics even it at 3? Okay, great. But you know what this has me thinking of? It doesn't have me thinking about the Celtics' chances to come back. This series has me thinking about the Houston Astros. Remember the 2020 American League Championship Series? I remember watching it from Seattle. I remember essentially being in the closet with my Astros rooting at this point in time because everyone in Seattle hated the Astros so much for the cheating scandal. So I kept it to myself, but I was watching that ALCS. Tampa Bay comes out to a 3-0 lead. All of the hyenas who hated the Astros for cheating are cackling and laughing. But then they win game 4. They win game 5. They win game 6. They tied that series up at 3 games apiece. And it's weird watching some of the highlights of it. You take a look at that ballpark. It's totally empty. They're pumping in crowd noise for these neutral site playoff games. But I'm thinking about game 7 of that series. And damn, it just... Lance McCullers, I know he had that great moment in the ALCS against the New York Yankees. But, man, Lance McCullers blew that game 7. He blew that game 7. I mean, he gave up a home run to Randy Arozarena. Was it the first inning, the second inning? So they're down 2-0 right away. And then he gives up this home run to Mike Zunino, who owned him in that ALCS.
And Zunino sends that one deep. He'll watch it fly. A long home run for Mike Zunino. He gets him again. His second off McCullers. His 4th of the postseason. And the Tampa Bay Rays up 3-0 here in the second inning.
I think that was show favorite Dodger Joe Davis on the call for that one. You can just hear the glee in his voice, knowing that his Dodgers are probably not going to have to play the Tampa Bay Rays in the World Series here. So they're down 3-0. They're eventually down 4-0. Wasn't a great day for the offense. Carlos Correa did have a 2-run single with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th inning, but too much to overcome. And I don't know. For some reason, I'm just annoyed with Lance McCullers today, and I hope he comes back, and I hope he's good for this Astros pitching staff. He's probably going to need to be if this team goes on a deep run this year, but one of my favorite Astros Twitter fan accounts, maybe F4N, had a very funny meme that he put together using like some pictures from Good Will Hunting. Of course that's your contention. You're a third-year Astros Twitterer. You probably read a random blog, and now you're convinced Lance can stay healthy and was worth the contract. You'll think that until July, when he comes back with a flat fastball and his velo down, then you'll say he was rushed back by the front office. Then it shows the picture of that guy who argues with Matt Damon in that scene in Good Will Hunting, the You Like Apples scene. Well, as a matter of fact, I won't, because he probably came back early to help the team like in the postseason because he... And then this thread continues. Yeah, because he's such a great teammate and wants to be buried in the H. You got that from an HEB commercial. Are you going to plagiarize the whole thing? See, the sad thing about a guy like you is that in about 2 years, you're going to start doing some thinking on your own. And you're going to realize that there is one fact. Lance is habitually hurt, wasn't great to begin with, and is stealing money. Damn! But I saw that. I saw the Celtics rally from down 3-0 to be down 3-2. And I'm thinking about the 2020 ALCS when the Astros rallied from down 3-0 to tie that series to force a game 7, only for Lance McCullers to suck at the beginning of that game. It happened. I'm not going to, look at him like I look at Will Harris in 2015, game 4 against the Royals, or Ken Giles, or Osuna, or Rafael Montero. Not quite there. I'm just saying it's something that's on the brain today. Paul Galancho, ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, 713-780-3776 to call in and to text in. And speaking of oft-injured Astros pitchers, Forrest Whitley left his start in Sugarland early in the 3rd inning yesterday due to a right arm injury. So I guess that's not going to be an option. Yikes. Feel bad for Forrest Whitley. It's been a rough start to his career and perhaps end to his career yesterday. I hope it's not, but that doesn't look good.